any money bill can be introduced in Lok Sabha only, it cannot be introduced in Rajya Sabha. It means Lok Sabha is more powerful in money matters as compared to Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha does not exercise much power over money bills, and it can make delay for money bill for any money bill for 14 days only. Within 14 days, either it is passed or failed in their house, they have to send back to the Lok Sabha. More powerful than Rajya Sabha, less powerful than Lok Sabha. Yes, Lok Sabha is more powerful uh, as compared to Rajya Sabha. Okay. So these are some basic differences between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. These are the two houses of the Indian Parliament. Now, uh, the second institution, that is known as executive. How the executive is made up of? Actually, Indian executive is made up of including some political executives like prime minister and cabinet ministers, and some permanent executives like all civil servants. Okay, these are known as bureaucrats. So the different levels of government, the functionaries take the day-to-day decision but do not exercise supreme power on the behalf of the people. These functionaries are called executives. Okay, because they are in charge of the execution of the policies of the government. Means these are those people, those who execute actually. They prepare layout, they prepare paperwork, and finally they execute all the policies of the government, but they could not take final decision. Okay, in democratic country, executive that is elected by the people for a specific period is called the political executive, and the people who are appointed on a long term basis are called the permanent executive or civil servants. Okay, for example, IAS, IPS, government officials, all these are the permanent executives. On the other hand, all elected political leaders, either it is a prime minister or finance minister, all they are the political executives. Okay. Now next, the difference between political and permanent executives. Political executives who are elected by the people for a specific period of time. Okay, they are elected by the people for a specific period of time, that is 5 years. Permanent executives are salaried with civil servants who are appointed on a long term. Yes, these are they are the government officials and they are the salaried people. Okay, and they are appointed for long term period. Okay, so that is why they are permanent executive. Example, political leaders like the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers. Permanent executive examples, persons working in civil services, example IAS, IPS and IFS. They remain in office only so long as they command the confidence of the majority members of the parliament. Means they political executive work on their post till the time they have the confidence. Okay, confidence and majority in parliament. On the other hand, they remain in office even when the ruling party changes. Yes, they do not get changes if a ruling party is dissolved. Their tenure of the office is fixed. Okay, they are answerable. Political executives are answerable to the people for all the consequences of their decisions. Whatever the decisions or the policies they make, these political executives are answerable to the people for their decisions. On the other hand, permanent executives, they are less powerful and they are not answerable to the people directly. Okay. Next, political executives, they are more powerful, they take all the final decisions. On the other hand, permanent executives, they are less powerful, they do not take any decision, important decision. Instead, they assist political executives in carrying out day-to-day administration. Whatever the paperwork or whatever the other work, practical work is done, that is made by permanent executive, but they could not take any final decision. That is why they are less powerful as compared to political executive. These are some points of differences between political executive and permanent executive, and this is one of the important question of this chapter. Now, executive that is made up of Council of Minister. So how the Council of Minister is formed or appointed, and what are the different categories of the Council of Minister. Okay, so Council of Minister is the official name for the body that includes all the ministers. It usually has 60 to 80 ministers of different tasks. Okay, Council of Minister actually this is the group of people uh, headed by Prime Minister, and in this group 60 to 80 ministers uh, become the member. Okay. This Council of Minister has the three subcategories. One type of the first category of minister is known as cabinet ministers. Usually top level leaders of the ruling party who are in charge of major ministries. The cabinet ministers meet to take decisions in the name of the Council of